We're going to do a song now of the very last album that I made with Pink Floyd, which was called The Final Cut, and it was back in 1982, before most of you were born. Anyway, that's another story. And it's the last track on The Final Cut, and it's a song called Two Suns in the Sunset. Well, thank you. It's not vaguely appropriate, it's enormously appropriate just at the moment, because I'll tell, for those of you who don't know, gulping down forte. The song, the narrative of the song is it's about a bloke and he's driving home in his van to go and see his wife and children, and the Third World War happens. So obviously he never gets home, he dies, and so do they, obviously. And so that's what it's about. And the reason it's appropriate now is because I think we're closer to that catastrophe now, the closest certainly that we've ever been since the Cuban Missile Crisis, and probably even closer than that now. Back in the beginning of the whole terrible history of nuclear weapons, back at the end of the Second World War, a committee of atomic scientists invented a concept which they called the doomsday clock. And they created it as a warning to the rest of us, saying to the rest of us, we, scientists, are really worried that there's going to be a Third World War. And if there is, everything dies. So they said, we've invented this clock and we're setting it at 3 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes to midnight. Well, last year it was set at 100 seconds to midnight, and this year it is set at 90 seconds to midnight. So they're especially worried this year, as am I. So if you run into Orban, because he's, I believe, your political leader at the moment, you might suggest to him that he nip down the bar and have a word with Biden and Putin and a bunch of others and say, listen chaps, why don't we get rid of nuclear weapons? Because all they can do is kill us all. I know this is obvious to everybody with an IQ above room temperature, that this is so obviously the correct thing to do. I mean, apart from anything else, they cost a fucking fortune to maintain nuclear weapons and to build and to deploy and all the rest of it. Money that we could well spend on the old black lady lying in the street, or an education or health service, or this or that, or there's 1,000 things, or to fight climate change, which is the other thing that's going to get us all. Right, that's it, that's the speech. It's not bad. I nearly said I'd like to know what the fuck you bloke over there thinks of it. I'm not sure he thinks a great deal, but anyway, I don't want to know, I'm not interested. Good luck to him, that's what I say, you know. This room is full of love, I can feel it, and I can feel that the people in this room certainly agree about nuclear. I'm going to have one more tiny sip of water, and then I'm going to walk back here, and I'm not going to do it now, I'm going to bang my foot on the stage, and one of my blokes on the stage will start the doomsday clock, which is a sound effect, part of the percussion of the song. So this is a pretty cool piece of thing.